Strategy and business policy simulation is targeted at capstone courses in business or courses with a heavy strategy component. The simulation provides a realistic environment within which to practice one's strategic planning skills. The decision content includes marketing, sales, and distribution, human resource management, manufacturing, accounting, and finance, and strategic planning. The game is set for 6 quarters or decision rounds, with each round taking 2 to 2.5 hours to complete. You will start a new firm, which will enter the microcomputer business. The firm will be introducing a new line of microcomputers into 4 international markets. Your goal is to build a profitable company. There are 3 market segments to serve in the PC market. Each segment has different needs and requires a different marketing strategy to appeal to it. In order to provide the seed capital, your team will invest money in your own firm by selling stock to yourselves. You will invest $2 million in the first quarter and then another $2 million in the next 2 quarters. Later on, you will be able to receive up to $4 million in additional investment from venture capitalists, as well as a conventional loan from the bank. The balanced scorecard is the most important measure of your firm's total performance. It evaluates your performance in all areas of business to produce a total score. You will be able to watch your score throughout the exercise. You will need to analyze the initial market research data. You will review the customer needs for each segment, ranked in terms of their importance. Additional information will tell you how the customers will use their computers, what price they're willing to pay, and what the market potential and media preferences are for each segment. You will also learn about the typical workers' compensation plans in the industry. After you have analyzed the market research, you will need to decide on your initial market strategy. Part of this strategy will be to select your primary and secondary target segments. You will design a product for each of your target segments. The design process will include naming your product and selecting its features from the list of available components. Later on, you will be able to invest in research and development of new components. Although expensive, these new components will enable you to design new products that will better meet the needs of your target customers. You will also be able to license these R&D technologies to or from your competitors. You will be able to design several ads and link them with specific brands or use them to advertise for the company as a whole. The ad design process will include naming the ad and selecting which benefits will be mentioned. You will then indicate how many times you want your ads to appear in the media during the quarter. The next step will be to price your products. You may also offer a rebate to entice price-conscious customers. Entering a sales priority will tell your sales staff which brands should have the most selling emphasis. You will specify which sales offices you wish to open. You will start with one office and then expand in the future. Note both the startup cost and the lease costs associated with each location. You will hire salespeople for your offices. Be aware of the annual compensation per salesperson in each city. You can also train some of your salespeople to focus on a specific segment or service support. The extra training cost is listed in the table. You will decide on the compensation plans for your employees. The report lists the typical Salesforce compensation package for all electronic firms. The productivity of your salespeople will be affected by how well your compensation package compares to your competitors and the norm for the electronics industry. You will be making similar decisions about your factory workers' compensation. You will decide how much to pay your salespeople and what kind of benefits they'll receive. You will be adjusting this decision in the future as you compete with the compensation plans of other firms in the market. You will build a plant and specify its initial capacity in units per day. You will be able to increase this capacity in the future. Pay attention to the capital investment necessary for each increase in capacity. You will forecast your demand and set your factory's operating capacity. By setting the operating capacity, you decide what portion of the plant capacity to use. This will determine how many workers to hire, how fast to run the production line, and how many units to produce each workday. You will decide when to produce or discontinue each of your brands. You will also determine the maximum amount of inventory at the end of each quarter for each brand. A factory projections tool will allow you to estimate the ending inventory, stockouts, production costs, and factory efficiencies based on different demand estimates. As you run different demand scenarios, you will be able to analyze their impact in the pro forma accounting statements. This exercise places a heavy emphasis on formal strategic planning. You will work within a strategic planning template, which will guide you through the process of creating and managing your strategy. You will perform strategic analysis, specify your strategy, turn it into specific tactical decisions, and monitor your progress toward your strategic goals. You will see how your decisions on the strategic level and the subsequent tactical decisions affect your business performance. You will start the strategic planning process by defining your company's mission statement. You will also decide on your company culture, values, and beliefs. You will then define the problems you are facing as a startup firm and outline the solutions to address them. Next, you will decide on your firm's corporate objectives. These are the top-level objectives that will shape the direction of your company as a whole. You will decide how your corporate objectives will influence resource allocation among all the functional areas within your firm. You will then establish the basis for competitive advantage. You will need to determine what will make you different, better, and difficult to imitate as you compete with other firms in the market. The next step is to translate your high-level strategic thinking into a set of corporate strategic thrusts. These strategic thrusts will embody your strategy and guide your future decision-making. Once you establish your strategic thrusts on the corporate level, you will proceed to define the thrusts for each functional area of your business. In marketing, for example, this process will help you define your branding, pricing, and advertising strategy, as well as choose the customer segments to focus on. Similarly, you will define the thrusts of the areas for sales, HR, manufacturing, and finance. Throughout the exercise, you will be setting specific performance goals based on your strategic thrusts. You will monitor how well your company is meeting your goals, and you will make corrective actions as needed. This process will involve competitor analysis and SWOT analysis performed for the company as a whole and for each functional area. As you make your business decisions, the expenses or investments will be posted to the appropriate accounting ledger, and your cash flow statement, income statement, and balance sheet will be adjusted accordingly. You will be able to prepare the financial projections for your company. These pro forma accounting statements will reflect all of your expenses and projected revenues during the current quarter. After each decision period, you will receive the cash flow, income statement, and balance sheet. These statements allow you to watch your cash position, profits, inventory, debt, and assets. Throughout the exercise, you will continually analyze your results and improve your strategy and tactics. You will find out how customers reacted to your marketing activities as well as those of your competitors. You will see how your decisions have affected your firm financially. You will also learn about the strategic and tactical decisions of your competitors. You will receive detailed market demand and market share reports. You will review the information about your demand, revenues, and lost sales. This information is broken out by brand. A similar report will help you analyze the brand profitability. You will receive detailed feedback about the quality of your marketing decisions. The brand judgment measures how much a market segment likes the design of each brand on a scale from 0 to 100. The ad judgment will help you analyze the quality of your ad designs. The price judgment will tell you how satisfied the customers were with the price of each brand on the market. You will also be able to review the activity and costs of your production line in the previous quarter. Note the stockouts and ending inventory. Additional information that you will receive with the results will include details about your competitors' demand, brand design, prices, ad campaigns, factory and sales office locations, sales force decisions and compensation plans, and a host of financial industry ratios. In the course of the exercise, you will continually analyze your results and improve your strategy and tactics. You will expand your brand assortment and enter into new markets with the goal of increasing your market share and profits. The decision content will be gradually expanded as the game progresses. After the last decision round, you will be presented with your final performance score. The score will be based on the cumulative balanced scorecard of the last 4 quarters.